Hey guys, it's Fortran here. This is my first video, so I would love some feedback. And if you like what you hear, please support by subscribing to my channel or giving me a like. Okay, let's jump into it. If you're like me, you probably have invested in Bitcoin or you find it fascinating reading about Bitcoin news. And if that is the case, you probably know what's been happening in the market recently. And before we can talk about that, we need to talk about what kind of instigated this whole correction in the Bitcoin price, where the Bitcoin price was circling about 64,000 to the USD and had shown gains of about 320% for the year already. And the currency market has already crushed a $1 trillion market cap for the first time in history. And people were speculating about 100,000 to 300,000 Bitcoin valuation for the year, which is nuts, but would have been great. You had guys championing Bitcoin and the Bitcoin price, like Michael Saylor getting institutional investment into Bitcoin, with him leading his company MicroStrategy with 71,000 Bitcoin, and even getting guys like Elon Musk to jump onto Bitcoin off the Dogecoin bandwagon, which Elon Musk was heavily promoting for whatever reason. We don't know if it was just him doing it for fun or whatever, his form of digital therapy. Nonetheless, Tesla bought Bitcoin and expanded their portfolio to buy $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which represented 38,500 Bitcoin, and even said that they would start accepting Bitcoin as payment for new Teslas. This all started to change where, out of the blue, Tesla started claiming they would not accept Bitcoin as a form of payment for their Teslas. And this was hot off the heels with Elon Musk starting to say certain dubious things about cryptocurrencies for whatever reasons, almost like a toddler swinging around a bazooka. This all amalgamated into one big event after one person made a tweet saying Bitcoiners are going to slap themselves next quarter when they find out Tesla dumped the rest of their Bitcoin holdings. And Elon Musk replied to this tweet with one word saying, "Indeed." And this led to a massive 55% correction that has since consolidated under the 21 week. And of course, a lot of skeptics jumping on stage and saying, well, how can it be that if Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are so decentralized and ironclad, how can one person have so much influence on this digital asset? Trying to delegitimize Bitcoin. 15th of June 2021. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the most famous and well-known soccer players in the world, was at a UEFA press conference for a football game that they were going to have against Hungary, Portugal versus Hungary. And all that he did was he took 2 bottles of Coca-Cola off the table that were obviously put there to promote the company or as a sponsor of UEFA or whatever. And all he did was he took off the 2 bottles and placed them somewhere else out of sight and said he'd rather drink water. Or actually he just said Aqua, water, Portuguese for water. This led to Coca-Cola losing $4.3 billion in stock valuation. Coca-Cola, which is a 135-year-old company, lost the equivalent of 11.5% in what they turn over in revenue in a year. This is a company, a public company, that's the 44th largest company of top assets by market cap in the world. They have a market cap of $231.8 billion. So what does this mean? Undeniable that Elon Musk did perform a certain amount of influence on the Bitcoin price. It did happen. He is a world famous tech innovator. He's the richest man on the planet. And I mean, a lot of people, especially people chasing the pump, paper hands, new time investors, are going to listen to a person with this type of status, especially in the industry that's technology related, like cryptocurrencies. But you do also see that this type of influence has started to diminish somewhat with the Dog and Pony Act getting a little bit worn out now on Twitter. But what this also shows is that a company that's also a S&P 500 company like Coca-Cola was susceptible to much of the same things. And this shows that this is nothing unique or a negative aspect that is solely on Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. And both assets we're susceptible to much the same behavior. Is this something that can be bettered in the future? Yes, but it's nothing unique to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Guys, if you liked the video, click like, subscribe. Talk to you soon. Cheers.